Alright, I got this. Yeah, this is the freeway.
Hey YouTube, it's been a rocky summer for me, but in the best way possible. On the back of a dirt bike, in the middle of nowhere, and enjoying some good times with friends, and overcoming some fears and obstacles on the bike. Recorded over 2 different riding sessions with Gary, who at 70 years old is killing it on the bike. It was really nice to ride with him again. I know not everyone likes them, but for some reason, I love riding them. I feel like they have great traction. I feel like it's massive cardio. I feel like the right amount of clutch mixed with the right amount of throttle and the right position on the bike will let you overcome and ride almost any rock. And the truth is, I think my bike likes riding more than I do, because she'll make it even if I don't. And who doesn't like to lift their bike numerous times throughout the day? It isn't like dirt biking is tiring. And look how happy Gary looks when I point out the trail ahead. He's thrilled.
Yeah.
We're both thrilled. For those few seconds, you can feel like a world champion. There's some things in this video that seriously scared me last year when I started riding. Coming back and meeting those challenges was an incredible confidence booster. I've been thinking about this 5-foot rock for over a year. You have to make an immediate left bank once you get to the top. I could make out 3 lines, and with my confidence soaring, I decided that I would try all 3. Even Gary couldn't resist taking a shot at it. What goes up must come down. I didn't have to, but I wanted to try. In hindsight, I should have gone faster, but we were having a great day. I didn't want to risk injury, so I did my best attempt. I had mentally challenged myself to ride that rock before my 2nd year anniversary. I did it. Let's see what else we can ride over. I want to learn to ride everything, and I know some people will find this level of terrain trivial. However, for Gary and I, it is challenging, and we learn something new and new concepts every time we ride. I ride a lot of single track, but Gary and I also free ride. We will find a cool obstacle or hill and we'll just go ham on it. I wish I could find more people willing to do that. He's really one of the only people I know that will. I love trails. However, you spend a lot of the time just trying to get through the trail, and usually you have to worry about smacking a tree at 20 miles an hour. With free riding, you have more of an open area to assess the danger and overcome the obstacle. It's made me a much better rider, allowing me to be more aggressive and focus on balance and biking. I really like gnarly uphills too. Technical, with rocks, maybe a log mixed into it. I think it's because I struggled so much on them as a new rider and clutch control that it's almost like revenge. This climb goes from rocky to kind of sandy on rocks to super loamy, and you have to start at the base of a hill with no run up. Keeping that front tire light with you being in the attack position allows you to have much more traction. Being easy on that clutch and throttle, the bike will almost tear up anything if you allow it to. I always tell my riding partners, the bike can make it up. It's whether or not you can hold on. It isn't always about speed, at least for us squids. Sometimes you're just trying to get over the obstacle as safely as you can. Put your body weight towards the rear of the bike. Allow it to continue at a nice even pace. The moment you stop or you get off camber at like an awkward angle, the bike is going to fall down on you essentially. Allow it to hold itself up by constantly moving forward. Play with your clutch. Find that sweet spot of just enough throttle against the clutch to move the bike forward. Keep bobbing that front. Keep it light. It will roll over practically anything if you allow the rear to have enough traction. Having a hard time getting over something, allow the bike to rock back and forth in its suspension, and weighting it properly at the right time will allow just enough momentum to be able to get over it. Need to turn sharply in a rut to place your rear tire in the optimal position. Clutch and throttle and weighting and de-weighting that front will allow the bike to turn how you need it to, like I'll do here in a second. And then I apply the gas and the clutch, and it goes down exactly where I want it, between the rocks, so now I can get through them. I'm regretting that pizza I had last night. When we first started the day, I purposely chose the hardest lines I thought I could reasonably ride. I had something to prove to myself. However, Gary, in his wisdom, chose easier lines, and I really paid for my actions through the day as I became tired. As I became tired, I relaxed on my clutch and throttle control, and maybe even my attack position. I started making dumb mistakes, which made me expend more energy and made me more tired. I started focusing on riding smarter, smoother, just like what we talked about in the last video. Pushing yourself is great, making it through your day without injury, even better.
That is a cool pine cone. I'm glad you enjoy nature, Gary.
The day was incredibly taxing, but with good company you can keep pretty good spirits, and we did for the most part. It was a blast. I was trying to maximize my energy efficiency. To be honest, me and Gary rode close to 7 miles of this terrain. That's in addition to the 35 miles we just rode in other terrain, all in a single day. The bike moving my body is much more energy efficient than me trying to move my body with the bike. To have the bike move my body instead of me trying to move my body with the bike, the only way you can do that is by keeping your feet on the pegs. So I started really thinking about what foot I would need in the upcoming rock section and putting the other foot on the peg. Honestly, some of this, I was pretty nervous. I'd never ridden anything this difficult as far as rocks go. And we were pretty much committed. There wasn't really a turnout option for the most part. So we were being very careful, and I was trying to use my body and my weight on the bike to propel the bike as easily as possible through some of the worst sections. I'm in my mid-30s. Gary is twice my age. Look at this savage weight and de-weight the back of his bike to pop over that obstacle. My comment,
You're a fucking champ, man.
in the moment, sums it up nicely. It's funny going through the previous rock section because it made this area look like child's play, where just a couple months ago I would have thought, man, that's a tough rock section. If you don't work on your clutch grip, I really suggest you get used to working out that forearm. Holding your clutch in for hours at a time can cause crazy arm pump. I started looking for ways to be able to use 2 fingers and my whole hand at times. Ultimately, 1 finger is golden. The downhill sections were no joke either. You really wanted to keep that front light. You didn't want it to dig into anything. And you wanted to keep as much of your body pressed against that bike as possible. So if you hit a rock that jarred you extremely one way or the other, it didn't try kicking you away from the bike. Just as there were some big ledges going up, on the way out of the trail, there were some big ledges going down. And you wanted to be really careful. You really wanted your front tire to have sure placement, and you wanted to be careful of not getting loose with it and putting out like a leg that may get snapped off in a hole. You wanted the bike to do the work once again. I know this is a long video. I have so much footage. I probably could make 5 or 6 more videos. It would look just like this. If you actually want to see more of it, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll just toss it up without some narration, or maybe I'll just do some narration. Anyways, I just want to thank everyone who watches the videos, who enjoys the videos, and those that subscribe, and even those that don't, as long as you enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it, there's a lot of great YouTubers out there. I subscribe to a bunch. I think you can see my subscriptions. Check them out. That's the end of my narration for this video. I'm going to let the footage play out a little bit longer, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a great week, great weekend, and I'll see you next time.